This week on Longshot TV.
We'll be fishing the Gulf Stream, hoping to catch some wahoo, dolphin, and tuna. I keep these pretty tight behind the boat, just in the wheel wash. I got the line straightened back out and drug across the rocks in. I mean, 2 more went off. I could almost see the leader coming up. I couldn't quite see the fish. And all of a sudden, the hook pulls. The last rod we're about ready to pick up and wind up, it just goes off screaming. Poor. Well, the fish are definitely biting offshore. I was offshore fishing a few days ago, commercial fishing. Me and my cousin and one of the other crews had a really good day with the dolphin and wahoo. So I told the guys on the Longshot crew we need to definitely get a fishing trip together and let's go offshore and try to target some mahi, wahoo, maybe get lucky and catch a marlin or a yellowfin tuna.
The week before, Wade actually had caught over 1,000 pounds of dolphin.
It was just absolutely beautiful pulling out of the inlet that morning.
So the weather report was looking a little iffy. It was going to be blowing out the northeast 5 to 15 knots, which the day before it was blowing 25 knots out the southwest. As we were cutting the corner there at the Little River jetties, the sun was coming up, starting to rise, and I mean the ocean just looked slick as could be as far as you could see. I realized immediately it was going to be a great day.
We get out of the inlet and Wade puts the hammer down and we've got a couple hours ahead of us.
So I pushed the throttles on up to about 2850 and we were making about 24 knots steaming offshore. Well, we just made about a 75-mile run offshore today. We'll be fishing the Gulf Stream, hoping to catch some wahoo, dolphin, and tuna. The water temperature is about 74 degrees, and we've got a nice temperature break right up ahead of us. It goes from 74 to 78 degrees. Normally, when you find a nice break like that, there'll be some bait, and where there's some bait, there'll be some big fish. So we're going to get a few ballyhoo rigged up and start dragging some, and hopefully get a nibble here soon.
Wade heads to the back of the boat and starts rigging up the ballyhoos, and I'm back there. You know, I'm trying to help him out as much as I can, but on the same hand, you know, Wade's been doing this 100 years and third-generation fisherman. You know, he pretty much don't want my hands in it.
Well, usually the fish these plugs catch have teeth. You can see how they're all beat up, and if you don't have the wire on them, you're just going to lose them. If you have regular mono, they'll just cut you right off. I keep these pretty tight behind the boat, just in the wheel wash. So the wahoo, they'll usually come up right here where the water is. So I keep the 2 plugs real tight to the boat. Push the poop out. And I break the backbone right there in the tail. Then just the tail. See how the tail wiggles? I size the hook up where I want the hook to come out at. I'm going in behind the gill plate. I curve the fish and get the hook to come out that hole and then roll it in. Then I go behind that gill plate. And right here I go through the center of the eye. And then right here, I go through the center of the bill. Then I wrap it right down on the beak, keeping that fishing line right there square. Then I get right there, snip it off. And there you got a perfect ring ballyhoo. Let's put it on this side over here.
We run through, we get all the rigs set and all the ballyhoos and a couple of plugs out, and you know, we start our day trolling.
Before the break on Longshot TV.
We'll be fishing the Gulf Stream, hoping to catch some wahoo, dolphin, and tuna. If you don't have the wire on them, you're just gonna lose them. If you have regular mono, they'll just cut you right off. I keep these pretty tight behind the boat, just in the wheel wash. Because the wahoo, they'll usually come up right here where these water is. So I keep the two plugs real tight to the boat. And there you got a perfect ring ballyhoo. We dumped the baits in the water and we trolled. It seemed like we were trolling for, I know, at least a half a day.
I'm pretty much second guessing everything by this point, you know. What in the heck am I doing out here, you know? Maybe we picked the wrong day to come.
And I was really surprised. I mean, we had the water clarity was bright, like a purplish blue. There was flying fish, a little bit of grass, I mean, everything seemed to be perfect, but the fish wasn't biting. Talked over to guys, tell them what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to creep on up inshore, maybe go even a little shallow. And so we got in at about 165 feet. And right there on this particular bottom we're trolling, it's a lot of ledges and a lot of rock bottom.
It's probably 1:30, 2 o'clock before one of the rods finally goes screaming down. And I mean, it catches us all by surprise.
Hey, come here.
All of a sudden, both reels went off at the same time. Adam was fighting his and I was fighting mine.
It really didn't take any time. This fish was running through the boat and I was just cranking on it. Wade was there with the gaff and he's you know, telling me to go back, go back, go back.
One fish came right to the boat fairly fast, and the next fish, you know, put up a little bit of fight.
Okay, don't slow the boat down.
Close it. Close it. Sorry,
Adam gets his finally in, and mine takes even actually a little bit longer.
Yeah, we hold that up there and leave them out in case we get another one. Take that rod, Adam, and get right to the other side there. Double hook up a wahoo. There you got her now. Let's keep him coming. You only got to walk back this stream. Nice wahoo, Chris.
Well, we finally hooked up. We've been fishing all morning and finally hooked up on a couple good wahoos.
We've been trolling this since probably 9:30 this morning, this after lunch, and right here in this one spot had two pretty much jump on at the same time, actually on two different types of baits. We're gonna keep trolling around and hopefully we can
Get some more.
I'm amazed at the coloring on these fish. They've got the tiger stripe and the awesome colors on the top of their back.
So we circle back around. We come back over the same hole.
I had the purple and black Yazuri plug out, and I knew if there was a wahoo around, it was definitely going to eat that bait. So we got them rigged right back up, put them right back out, and I was going right back for the same location we caught those fish. So I cut the boat back around and going back across the numbers again. And it wasn't just a few minutes. I got the line straightened back out and drug across the rocks again. I mean, 2 more went off.
Chris, just keep steady pressure. You got a big fish there.
Before the break on Longshot TV.
Everything seemed to be perfect, but the fish wasn't biting.
I'm pretty much second guessing everything by this point.
Hey, in the boat. I'm back. You got to bring a little bit more back.
There you got her now. Let's keep him coming. I got the line straightened back out and drug across the rocks again. I mean, 2 more went off.
And so I jump on the rod I'm closest to. Chris jumps on this other one, and we go to fighting.
It's on. Just keep on coming. You got it coming. Oh, God. What'd you do? What do you mean? Well, Adam's particular fish cut across the center rigger and got tangled, and therefore got some slack in the line. The fish spit the hooks, and we were pulling a bird nest in the back of the boat. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Wine. Yeah, you're fine. Wine, Adam. Your fish got off. Oh! Here you go. Pull this. Don't lose it. We're not careful. What do you mean wrapped up? What's wrong? Down, Chris. You got to pick that rod up out of there. I couldn't get him. We got a mess right there. Give me some slack, Chris.
Chris gets his fish to the boat, and Wade gets the gaff in them, and he pulls the fish up along with a couple of fishing lines. You know, it's just a jumbled up bird's nest of lines, and Wade's like, oh my goodness, you know, I got these rippies on the boat with me.
Another big nice wahoo. Just lucky I was in the back of the boat and got to grab it first.
We had about 3 or 4 other lines wrapped in from Chris's fish, but the most important thing, we got Chris's fish in the boat, and it was a nice, beautiful fish.
Wade had just hooked up 2 ballyhoos. We got them back into the water. It wasn't 5 minutes later, wham, this one jumps on.
They're schooling fish. Right there where we caught the 2, we turned right back around, right back across the rock, and had 2 more bite Chris in the same spot.
I finally got my wahoo in. We were excited about being out there. What a beautiful day, early May, here in the Carolinas.
So old Roy's been running the camera all day, so we put a game plan together for this next fish. And Roy was very excited. He was up to bat. And I had a real long line out behind a bird. And usually when you pull a bird, you have a bait up on top, but I put a little bit heavier bait on behind the bird and a lot more leader to get it down just a little bit underneath the bird. All of a sudden, bam, a big old fish hits, and this fish here is definitely a nice fish.
Yeah, if you got one. Please give me a depend.
His arm's about to fall off where he's been, you know, cranking for 15 minutes.
With the fish running the other way and pulling drag off, you know, it ends up being a couple of 100 yards off the back of the boat.
All of a sudden, this fish gets at the back of the boat, you know, maybe 50 yards. It was like I could almost see the leader coming up. I couldn't quite see the fish. And all of a sudden, the hook pulls. We lose the fish, and we're like, oh no, man.
fish hadn't been plentiful today, so the pressure was on, and we just lost one. So it's not a good feeling at all.
Before the break on Longshot TV.
You gotta pick that rod up out of there. I can't get him. I could almost see the leader coming up. I couldn't quite see the fish. And all of a sudden, the hook pulls. We lose the fish.
These fish hadn't been plentiful today, so the pressure was on, and we just lost one. So it's not a good feeling at all.
So I told the guys, you know, we got a 2.5 to 3 hour ride home, that I was going to point the boat to the hill and pull across a couple more pieces of bottom, and then we're going to, you know, have to pull them up and head on in. We all grab a pole, and I'm like, let's just pull one end at a time. So Roy's back there cranking some rods in at the end, and Adam and Chris, and all of a sudden I go over and start to crank one in. And when I start to grab the rod to crank it in, this rod starts burning drag, and I knew that was a fish right there.
I was like, oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me here. Let's put them back out, let's put them back out.
Roy thought I was joking about the rod screw. I mean, this rod was burning down, and it was just like we won the lottery. The last rod we're about ready to pick up and wind up, it just goes off screaming 200 yards.
He hooked this fish and fought him for about 25 minutes. Got really, really tired. Wade had to actually come in.
Here, I'm gonna hand it to you. You want him? Here, Roy. Just want to keep pressure. He's swimming right here in the wool water. He's running. I got a hand line that stay close. In case he runs, or don't tear my hand off. Hold on. Pull, Roy. Pull, Roy. Yeah. When that fish hit the deck, Roy was ecstatic. He's never caught a fish that big. We had 3 wahoo we boated earlier and lost a couple. No signs of no dolphin, hardly any flying fish, any bait in the water. But just getting ready to wrap the lines up, and port rod went smoking off, and by the way he was taking drag, I knew it was a wahoo, and Roy did a great job, put a nice wahoo in the boat, and the old purple and black did it again.
We had actually kept all these wahoo and made a decision that, you know, these are some of the best eating fish, so we're definitely going to keep these for outdoors.
So we invited some of our family and our friends over.
Yeah, how many times? Start over, get the bucket, come back, run over, just middle of the day. We did high noon bucks. So you could just, in the middle of the day, just go sit in the woods, make a push, get the wind right.
It was a tough day. We had about a 14-hour day out there catching these wahoo, and we're just tickled to death to be able to spend some time together grilling out and being able to cook up these fish and actually share some time together, you know, away from hunting and fishing, and we just enjoyed the evening with family and friends and just had an awesome time together.
Want to find out more about Longshot TV? Look us up on the following. Special thanks goes out to our friends and partners at Country Boy Outfitters.